Okay, and welcome to the 6th Dark Souls stream. I need to quickly gather my thoughts on what I'm trying to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. So, audio levels should be a bit better this time compared to the last stream. Again, I mentioned in my last stream, it was I'd bought a brand new PS4, and that was my first stream with it. I didn't realize that I totally did not adjust the microphone levels for my headset. So, when I was editing it for YouTube, I noticed that my voice was way quieter than it usually was. This should be about where it was before in the other streams. It's all a learning experience, you know. I'm still fairly new to streaming, so I'm still trying to get like all the audio levels, all that stuff figured out. My mouth is on fire right now because I just ate dinner. I meant to stream a little bit earlier, but I was busy eating dinner. And I made spicy orange chicken at home and ate it, like a whole bowl of it. So my mouth is feeling the fire. It was good. It was delicious, but it was a lot. And I always have to recover after I have. Alright guys, you know what? Oh man. At least it's not doing like anything to me, basically. You're over there stuck on a fucking wall. Look at you. Look how stupid you are. Look at you over there. Anyways, this might possibly be the last stream. I am not entirely sure. It depends on how quickly... Because we have the Catacombs, we have Tomb of the Giants, which I kind of consider one area. It's two areas combined into one. And I also have two little small side things I want to do, and then there's the end of the game. It's very possible we may do it all in this stream. I'm still banking on probably one more stream, but it entirely depends on how quickly Right, Julia? It depends on how quickly Catacombs and Tomb of the Giants goes. Anyways. Got a dried finger, humanity. And what I actually killed him for, his Uchigatana. And you may be wondering why I came all the way here to kill this fucking nobody that I've... Just this fucking merchant when I don't normally kill NPCs. And it's because I really wanted his Uchigatana because we're actually going to need a special weapon to do the Catacombs. It's not mandatory at all, but it's a pretty decent help, so I'm going to go for it. And I considered using my greatsword instead, but the Uchigatana feels like it might be a little quicker. It's definitely a faster. Also, that is, well, yeah, I have my dex up to 31. There's no way I shouldn't be able to wield it. Didn't I kill you? I don't think I stopped at the bonfire. Anyways, we are also going to... Maybe I should have stopped at the other bonfire there, because then I got a warped. But where I'm headed to isn't too terribly far away, so it's not a problem. You gonna give me the best dialogue in the game? Best dialogue in the game. Reminds me of the cultists in RE4, you know, the Mores Faville. You know, buy an SUV. Buy an SUV. Yeah, the hooded robe guys. I at some point want to stream RE4, and I've been going back and forth in my head between that and one other game on what I want to stream next, actually, when Dark Souls finishes. So I very well possibly may be doing either RE4 or something else. And it's not a big spoiler on what the other one would be. I can say it'd be Alien Isolation. And I love both of those games, and I've beaten both several times over. In fact, Alien Isolation was the first platinum I ever got on a PlayStation game. And so proud of it. And I love that game to death. And I also love RE4, so I'm always like... Blacksmith ahead, yep. I'm always like not always, but the last like 2 weeks I've been like, oh, what do I want to do next between the two of them? Because I'm really feeling both. And whichever one I don't do, I will probably do after the other one. So.
I'm no good with those. It won't be easy, but I'm afraid you'll have to look for someone else.
Yeah, that's fine, Andre. I actually just want to upgrade my Uchi to +5. And I will need 3 Titanite shards from you to finish it. We'll put it up to +5. I'm going to modify that into a Divine Uchi Katana. And then I can pour a bunch of greens into that because I'm never going to use those for anything else, so why not? And then modify. Does it max out at +5? Or maybe I need... Oh. Hey, fire. Maybe I need a different... I need another ember to do it, which I didn't think about. So, Divine Uchi. It's going to be a little bit heavier than Quelaag's Fury Sword. It's also relatively long sword. And I'm not going to swing it around next to Andre. I'll go up here and do it. Kind of show it off a little bit. So it's like... So it's not like the fastest thing in the world, but it's decently quick, and it's, it doesn't have the most durability. If you notice, it has 80 durability, whereas the Claymore has 200. So it, doesn't have the most, for sure. But that's fine. It'll get us through, the Catacombs, which is where we are headed to next. So we actually have to go to Firelink, which I'll go ahead and just warp to that one. So let me double check on here really quick. I have like a little note on my computer of like reminder of all the stuff I want to do on here. Like what stuff I'm doing, what order, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. That kind of stuff. So, let's see, yeah, the Uchi's going to be a lot weaker than my Claymore, but it's going to serve the purpose that I need it to serve. So, that's a good thing at least. Because now we're going to where a lot of people go at the start of the game that you're really not meant to go, is over here to this graveyard. And we can actually show off the Uchi does. So, normally, if you kill these skeletons with a normal weapon, like my Claymore, they will actually get back up and keep respawning. A divine weapon will permanently kill them. So that's why I wanted to have one going into this area. It's so I don't have to contend with them constantly getting back up and all that bullshit that entails. The Uchi also does bleed damage. It has a bleed modifier of 300. Pillage body, I don't even see a thing. Ah, it's just shield. I don't really care about that. Ah, oh, fine, I'll deal with you guys. Oh, there's a lot of you, though. I'm trying to roll. Woof. Oh. Yeah, it's been a couple days since I played. I've been playing other stuff. Been playing a lot of RE2 Remake because I wanted to go back and replay it after experiencing I've been playing RE2 Remake. I don't know if I said that because I loved RE3 Remake and I wanted to go back and experience RE2 Remake again. So I have been replaying that, and I was like trophy hunting it a lot on it a lot. The is that? Why do I think that might just be Undead Burg? Where's that? That might be Undead Parish, actually. That looks kind of like the church almost. That might be the church right there, because I think that's the roof. But then the tower with the bell is missing. I don't know. Or maybe that's New Londo Ruins. I'm not entirely sure. The map for DS1 is actually this interesting thing where it's completely geographically correct where everything does line up realistically. So, like, where blank should be below blank actually, like, is that, when, like, layered. Shit. Is he getting back up? Yeah, so because I didn't kill him with my weapon, he's gonna get back up. That's cool, because I'll wait for him right here. Oh, and I forgot there was another one right here. So what we do... And that permanently killed him. And you can always know if you permanently kill an enemy because they drop souls. They won't respawn if they drop souls. So that skeleton, when he was exploded by that thing, he didn't drop souls, and he didn't stay dead because I didn't kill him. The divine weapon didn't burn his skin off. Well, he's bones. Didn't burn his bones off. And the nice thing about this is kind of like the Quelaag's Fury Sword is we can get a nice amount of hits with the stamina. It's not like, oh, we only get... I need to adjust this really quick. Alright, that's better. I had my hair was starting to go in my ear, and it was like fucking with me. It's the worst feeling, because it always feels like you got like bugs crawling in your ear or something. Yeah, so, and then down here is a friendly bonfire. Oh, and you. So this one we can take out with the claymore. This is a necromancer. He, if you're not playing like me, and don't have a divine weapon like the Uchi, you can just book it down here and kill him. He is the one reviving the skeletons. So as long as you... I'll pop a twin. As long as you kill him, you don't need a divine weapon. You can just run down here, kill him, and then the skeletons won't respawn because he respawns them. But it's also a lot easier to me to just bring a divine weapon and just let shit handle itself on the way down. That way you don't have like 10 skeletons chasing you down. My mouth is finally starting to cool off. And I'll go ahead and repair that Uchi just in case. Uchi, definitely you want to repair at every bonfire if you're using it like I am, because it will go down in durability relatively quickly. And the skeletons will respawn because we sat at a bonfire, but that's fine. We'll just kill them all over again. And the necromancers stay dead, so once you kill the necromancer, you don't have to worry. Like, you can kill them normally with regular weapons. So if you notice, there's a necromancer over there. So you'd be attacking these skeletons right here, and he would just keep reviving them. And then it'd be like this whole thing on, you'd want to run over there and be hitting him, but hey, he's throwing fire at me, so he's a nuisance. So you want to be running over there if you don't have a divine weapon to be hitting him. But then, while you're trying to kill the necromancer, you got, 5 skeletons jumping all over your ass, so that's not a fun time. And he runs away, too, because he knows that you're coming for him. You big old pussy. They call me the Pussy Man. Pussy Man, who you gonna run to? So, where'd you go, buddy? Ran up this staircase somewhere. Probably gonna launch, yeah, another fireball. How'd I know? Probably because he's a big-ass pussy from a... Oops, I didn't mean to put that there. I was trying to use an Estus. Yeah, cancel that. Everybody got a peek at my my summon sign name. Not that it's surprising. It's literally just my YouTube name and shit. Plus, you could have multiple accounts on PS4, so it's not a big deal. If I wanted to, I could have made another account and played through this on my PS4 just so I could get the trophy pops as I play. But the fact that Twitch, or at least I don't know if it's Twitch or like Sony, but and it showed when I was Let's Playing RE3 Remake, is, dude, when I was playing RE3 Remake, trophies would pop up, and they would be like censored out. Yeah, so skeleton or necromancer plays fucking hide and seek, tag. I guess more tag than hide and seek. But yeah, trophies would pop up, and it would censor them, and that was always like the weirdest thing to me, because like I get when it censors the names of like other players' stuff. Like if a friend of mine signed on to PSN or like logged in their PS4, it would censor out their name, and I get that because that's like a privacy thing. I don't understand why Sony blurs out trophies, and I feel like at most they should have an option you toggle on if you want them censored or not, because I've looked into it and apparently it's not like something you can toggle on and off. Yeah, so trigger his explosion. Trigger his explosion. And then we'll be big posy man. Ugh. See that? He's trying to hit me from a distance, so I'm not going to feel bad about this. Yeah, 2 hits should do it, so that's not too bad. There we go. And maybe I could even do this. They'll get back up because this is not a divine weapon. However, they will probably respawn themselves and then go running off the cliff. Am I? Okay, I'm not fat roll. That's nice at least. I have 9 Estus, I'll use one, why not? And as always, I like keeping an eye on my soapstone in the bottom right. Yeah, and that'll kill him. I like keeping my soapstone in the, I think I said bottom right, in the bottom left, because if it stops glowing, that means someone's invading me, and it lets me know in advance so I can handle any business that I have in front of me if I'm getting invaded. So like if I'm fighting some skeletons, I know like, alright, I need to move this along a little bit quicker so I can be ready for the invader, because a lot of times an invader will not give you the opportunity to finish a battle you're already in. And so, look at that, there's a friendly friend over there. Hey, friend. And I don't quite rightly remember how to get over to him. Or if that I'm supposed to... You might supposed to be... I don't know what kind of sentence I'm trying to form. I think you're supposed to... Or no, you can drop down from here. I could do that, but I don't want to. Oh, you're the necromancer. Try Bonfire. That doesn't make sense. I don't think there's another one in this area. And if there is, it would really surprise me. Okay, so that's going to be the way forward. Is there an actual... I'm trying to remember what all is happen. What is going to happen, everybody? I don't want to... I'll fucking go this way, who cares? So that just turned itself over, huh? How interesting. I may have made a dumb mistake jumping down here. I don't know what's like chingling like that. What's up?
Good day. You look reasonably slow. What are you doing in the catacombs? You're cleric or something.
I'll say no.
I know what it is.
So, I've never done it, but apparently if you say yes, he attacks you on the spot.
Well, whatever it is. This place is treacherous.
Yes to being a cleric, I mean.
You watch your step. That's strange. Oh, I know what it is. You've come for the trinkets, haven't you? Well, whatever it is. This place is treacherous. You watch your step. This
Okay, that's all he says. Just making sure, and it wouldn't let me talk to him again. So I'll do that, see if that actually makes a difference at all. So I'll go ahead and spoil, because I'm going to try to avoid it if I can. This is Patches. He is in Demon Souls, Dark Souls 3, and Bloodborne. He is a FromSoft staple. In Bloodborne, he's actually a spider. And a lot of people argue that Mild-Mannered Pate in DS2 is meant to be Patches. But aside from their name being slightly similar, they're not really all that alike. They don't even have the same voice actor. They don't really act the same way. Patches is very like, I hope you don't fall into a trap, And Pate's kind of like, well, I hope there's no traps up ahead, so best watch your back and good things to you. They're both kind of like backstabber traitors, but this is nothing apparently. I'm hearing a skeleton get up. I can hear it running over here. Oh! Alright. Funeral Sunday. I have no idea who you are. Feel free to let me know if I actually know you. If not, hello, new watcher. It's always nice to have someone new in the chat. Said there actually is another bonfire here. I have never found it then. Which is kind of interesting because there is a second bonfire in Tomb of the Giants that I didn't actually find until one of my last playthroughs. And I've played through this well into the double digits. And it feels like I'm always discovering new shit. So Patches is kind of a shithead. He should still be up there. I'm going to double check. Even though I'll know as soon as I cross the bridge. I can't position the camera right. Near Patches? Really? Like up here? Or is it like a different pathway? Near Patches. Should probably do this with my claymore so I don't get down the durability. Or is it down here? Oh, hey. I don't think I've ever found this either. Watch this lead right to the bonfire. Holy shit. Wow. 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 I never ever knew this was here. Wow. It doesn't really serve much function beyond, I guess, kind of being as a preventative for the upcoming thing with Patches. And it'll just put you right back here. But still, it's really neat. Thank you, Funeral Sunday. Fuck you thing. I'm gonna go ahead and use that one liquid humanity I have on me. Thanks a lot, Funeral Sunday. Also, your name is great because it's spelled Sunday like oops, I already am unhollowed. It's spelled Sunday like the food, the dessert. And again, if I know who you are, feel free to let me know. Or keep it a mystery. Whatever entertains you. Ugh, I keep doing it. So now I can do this without any risk or worry. Well, there's always risk with this. And there it goes. And that was Patches that just turned that. So, he's a little shithead. And if you go back and talk to him, he'll be like, oh, what? Me? I didn't do that. Like, that's crazy. Like, let's, what the hell was that up there? Let's let bygones be bygones. Everything's cool, man. And you get the option to forgive him or not. Alright, guys, the shields need to quit. Oh. Wow, that kind of sucked, man. You didn't do anything to me. This is a little thing here. I hate going in there. That's a fucking clusterfuck of a room. And just a fellow viewer enjoying the commentary, though. I really appreciate it. I said at the beginning of the stream, actually, I'm still relatively new to streaming. I've been Let's Playing since 2011 on YouTube. So I'm pretty familiar and comfortable with commentating and all that stuff. Might be able to get... Yeah, there we go. I was waiting for a big head over here to explode. And they're going to get back up in just a minute. I've been commentating long enough now that I'm pretty comfortable with it, and I know how to fill silence for the most part. But streaming itself, I'm relatively new to, and I always make it clear I do this entirely as a hobby. You know, I'm not trying to like make money or, you know, become the next big name streamer or anything like that. I just enjoy anybody that comes by and enjoys and engages, so, which would be you. So again, like, super big thanks to you popping in. Was there anything that led you here? Like, were you just browsing like active channels on Twitch? Were you just did you find me like through Twitter? I'd be really keen to know. Man, I don't know what it is, but the catacombs try right. The catacombs always throws me off. Like, it always feels unfamiliar. Like, I never remember my way through. Oh, the ominous shadow there always gets me too. Ah, it's such a good, so good how they illuminate that oh my god, I can't think of it. Titanite demon. Also, I've said before, what are you doing climbing a ladder, you goofy? I've said before, too, this is, well, I said it just a few minutes ago, this is not my first playthrough. Contrary to me clearly not knowing anything about that bonfire, I have played this before. I just somehow always discover new stuff. I think I'm going to make an actual attempt to take on this Titanite demon. The fashion, Katarina helm all day. Wait, that's how you found my channel? you just saw a thumbnail, you saw like me like in the Katarina helmet. I love the whole Katarina set. I love Siegmeyer and Siegward. I have a shirt with Siegmeyer on it. I have the Heroes of Lordran figure of Siegmeyer. I'm holding out incredible, very low hope for a Siegmeyer amiibo and or Funko Pop, considering they did Solaire and Soul of Cinder, respectively, for each of those. And I'm kind of sad that Funko only did one Dark Souls Pop and then completely seemed to have ditched the entire IP. And I feel like Siegmeyer's design is perfectly suited for a Funko Pop. Or even maybe like a Nendoroid. I collect both. I have the Tracer Nendoroid. There's a... there was a Nendoroid or two that came out. There's one that came out... there was a Gara one that just came out a few months back. Ah, fuck you, man. I don't even remember how to punch on a ladder. There we go. Oh, that's not doing enough to actually matter. There was a Gara Nendoroid that came out a few months ago that I really like. And there's another one that's supposed to be coming out that I do not remember what it is, but I was really excited for. And, hint. I don't think I want to fall through that hole. Oh! Look at that. I don't think I want to fall through that, and then I almost fall through a different one. It's fun times here in the catacombs. I always remember just enough to kind of get me by. Alright, guys. Let's not make this party a murder. I don't know if that made sense. Also, somewhere down here, I believe in this area, maybe it was actually in those holes that I almost dropped down into, there is a... Shit, I didn't even realize I was in this place. I never approached from this side. That's weird. I completely missed the jump. Which means I missed a different bonfire. And it's actually the bonfire I usually use, which is over by Vamos. And these are the Pinwheel Skeletons. We dealt with them already once in the Painted World. And I've never found them as difficult as most people seem to. They can certainly be overwhelming at times, but I don't think they're like the craziest thing ever. Alright, head guys, you need to knock it off. Such a bloodborne feeling enemy. Them and the things that poop them. Oh, we got another wheelie boy. He's really scary. Yeah, so the good thing is 2 shots should kill him. I don't believe the Pinwheel Skeletons respawn on their own. So you don't have to worry about like using a divine weapon on them. I'm just kind of used to it, so... Yeah, one of these walls somewhere... It was... Oh! And oop! One of these walls actually is where Vamos actually breaks it down, and... You can totally hear Vamos... Oh! Is this... Yeah, this is the one Vamos breaks down. And I can't do it myself. Hi! Yeah, so, Jesus, you guys are coming out of the woodwork, huh? A bone wheel shield. So yeah, they will, if I fucking somehow end up dying to this upcoming boss, somehow, I will show off, I may do it anyways, like, in a bit, but I will totally show off the other bonfire and Vamos. Vamos is the last blacksmith in the game. There's Andre, who does divine and standard upgrading. There is Vamos, who does fire, and I believe chaos as well. There's the giant, who I don't remember if he has a name or not. The giant in Orlando does lightning upgrades. And then there's a sorcery one in New Londo Ruins, which I don't remember if I showed that one off or not. So, I don't know why I'm prepping like this is going to be difficult in any way. Already kind of given away that this boss is not much of a problem. Tough enemy. Be wary of tough enemy. Oh, you people. Everybody's favorite dad. Are you going to teleport or are you doing... Oh, you're duplicating already. So I'd use one Estus. It's already kind of sad, isn't it? And there we go. The bonfire near Vamos is new with the remaster, right? Yes, it is. I was about to say I couldn't remember if it was new or if it was newly warpable, but I believe it's brand new for the remaster. Yeah, because you used to have to make the trip all the way down and do that stupid jump from the staircase, and you had to position it just right or you would just die on the plummet. So let's see what we got. Mask of the Mother. Damn. I swear I get Mask of the Mother and the Child more often than I ever get Giant Dad. And I don't know if that's... I'm actually not sure if there's a percentage drop. I imagine it's even like a 1 in 3 chance for each. But it really feels like the Dad Mask is just not as... So the reason we got the Sunlight Maggot is because it'll actually illuminate the darkness somewhat. Not entirely. And I believe there is... Maybe not this way. I don't know, that'll just lead me back out. Alright, yeah, so... Well, I can show it off when I get to the next bonfire. It's not a problem. And I don't remember... I don't believe these skeletons up ahead here respawn. Giant? Wait, is that about the head right here? The skeleton? Skull, I should say? Or him? Also, there's a Demon Ruins. Actually, I believe that's actually Lost Izalith. Maybe. It's actually a little bit difficult, in my opinion, to discern what is Lost Izalith and what is Demon Ruins, because they kind of feel like the same area in that regard. Is there anything? No. Tomb of the Giants, for whatever reason, I feel like it's just to fuck with people, has a relatively high invasion rate. So, it is entirely possible and potentially likely I will get invaded here. Because I have been almost every time I've played through here and been humanized, which I am currently. Ugh. Man, 2 of these skeletons at once is a fucking problem. Not nearly as much a problem as the skeleton dogs are, which we'll be getting to in a bit, so. Hey, Patches, what's up? I will talk to you in just a moment. Because we can actually slide right down here, and you can already see over there what's here. Really nice bonfire, very friendly. I believe this one is warpable, so I'm going to yeah, I'll show it off. Hold on, let me. Oh, I don't have enough for a level up. Well, I can pop a soul, I guess. Well, actually, so I can. Yeah. So what I'll do is actually show off this. So because we killed Pinwheel, we got the Rite of Kindling, which will allow us to kindle even further. Same with Nightmare Frontier and Bloodborne, PvP Central. Oh yeah, man. I didn't have PSN the first time I played Bloodborne. So Nightmare Frontier was relatively decent, aside from the actual in-game hunters that kind of bent me over several times in a row. But yeah, I played that, my second run through I had PSN, and it was a clusterfuck to get through. So yeah, now we have a 20 Estus, which is the max you can do, and I was going to do Soul Pops. And I know that, like, every game has its own PvP-centric zone. Like, the biggest one in... Oh god, my brain's, like, dying. The biggest one in DS1 is right past Artorias' door. I keep forgetting the shit I'm doing at the bonfire. The biggest one here is just past Artorias' door in the DLC. It's absurd how high the invasion rate is there. And it's kind of funny that how it became the thing of... People did it to kind of spite the PvP arena that's, like, right before it. DS2's... oh man, I can't remember DS2's. I know DS3's is just past Pontiff Sullivan's bonfire. And... Put my helmet back on for a minute. And Bloodborne's, I believe, might actually be the Nightmare Frontier. I did notice, though, like, invasions in Bloodborne seem really, really low compared to Dark Souls. And I certainly, I find for one, the PvP in Bloodborne is really fast-paced and a lot more engaging than Dark Souls in a way. But, at the same time, it almost feels less accessible. Like, it feels a little more convoluted, and I don't really understand how to do a lot of the PvP and other player functions in Bloodborne like I do with Dark Souls. Oh, yeah, you guys, Wootu comboed me. Yeah, Ulasil Township, and I certainly know what it's like to deal with that place on online. I believe I at one point just because just like with Bloodborne, my first time playing Dark Souls was offline. Or no, it wasn't, because I played on PS3, which just has automatic online to it. Like, I didn't have to pay for it. But the first time I played the PS4 remaster, oh man, I'm getting stuck on stuff. First time I played the PS4 remaster, I didn't have PSN. and that was the first time I actually did the DLC, because I didn't actually play it on the PS3 one, because I just had vanilla Dark Souls, and I didn't have the DLC. I might have just said PvP. I didn't have the DLC. You guys follow me? No. And so I didn't play it until I got the remaster for PS4. Same with Dark Souls 2, is I didn't actually play the Three Kings DLC until PS4, even though I played DS2 on PS3. And so when I finally did it on PSN on PS4 and finally played through the DLC, I got to Ulasil Township, and it just was absurd with invasions. Really friendly with summons. There were summon signs all over the place. But yeah. It was certainly... all Bloodborne PvP is Bone Marrow Ash plus Firearm Spam. Earlier in this... Not this exact stream, but just my stream of Dark Souls in general, I believe it was part 4. I got invaded by why can't I think of the word now? I cannot think of the word off the top of my head. Like it was like a joke build. And it was a little obnoxious to deal with, and somehow I actually won the fight. And I was actually trying to go for like a legit, like, I thought it was going to be like a legit thing. And he was just going to like fight me head on. But then he just started doing like, it was a gimmick build, that's the word I couldn't think of. And he was just doing like gimmicks and just doing, it's not Power Within, it was, I think it's Emit Force, where they just spam the thing that just interrupts your attack and defends animations. And which way am I going? I'm going this way. So if you get really lucky, you can totally get these guys to just like roll off the edge. Or I can just roll into their attacks like that, and that's good too. Aha, this is the room I didn't go into. But yeah, in general... Yeah, these fucking statues. In general, I'm not super big on PvP in these games. I'm not one of those people who will, like, log out of... The first ever time I played online with Dark Souls, I was that person where I would exit out if I got invaded and be like, no, I'm not going to deal with this. No, you can't invade me, blah, blah, blah. But, now I just kind of deal with it. Either I'll win or I won't. And I certainly feel like... Because now I know the games and I know well enough, like, oh, if I lose, blank amount of progress, then I can easily make it back up. Whereas that was a lot harder on my first playthroughs when I didn't know, like... Wow, you missed a chance to fucking parry me, man. My first playthrough... Yeah, you statues. I remember last second every time. But it's that thing of... First time playing, like, you're going through, like Anor Londo, and you haven't had a bonfire in a while. And wow, my camera almost made me go off that cliff. And somebody invades you, and you're, like, freaking out, like, oh my god, like, what if I'm gonna have to repeat all this progress at Anor Londo? Like, my most, in this stream, actually, in part 4 again, I believe it was, I made the Silver Knight Anor Londo bridge run first try, and as soon as I got past it, I got invaded. And I always... Okay, there's a sign right there. So what you can do is just kind of jump off of here. This is the jump I mentioned where if you fuck it up, you can totally die. And I've certainly died to it before. Because if you're not playing online, these signs are not here. And it makes it quite a bitch to actually do. And a necromancer murked himself. I didn't even kill him. There was... Oh. I was gonna say, let's throw his body down the hole and see if it's still there. Okay, let's see. I don't even see it now. Anyways, we'll pop down here. So here's Vamos, who to me always sounds like he had his audio recorded over Skype.
Be gone with you. You'll spoil my focus.
Yep, so that's Vamos. I didn't even activate... Oh, yeah, his body didn't stay down here. So this is the other bonfire we could have gotten. And I'll sit at it, just to be cool. Repair my stuff. I'm pretty sure we're done with the divine weapons at this point. And we'll talk to Vamos, see what he's up to, besides just clanking on stuff.
Why, you have an emblem, do you? Forget about it. I don't deal with that kind. What has gone wrong with embers these days?
So he can do fire upgrades, so I could do like a fire bow if I wanted to, but eh. And then I don't have any chunks for that. I don't have enough Demon Titanite. And yeah. So what do you sell? Sells Homeward Bones, Titanite Shards, and arrows. And I guess I'll buy some Homeward Bones. I have plenty for the rest of the game, but eh. So that's Vamos, and this is that wall that I mentioned before that he'd break down, and that's where all the Pinwheel Skeletons are, so we're not going to deal with that again. We should be able to just warp to Tomb of the Giants. Also, I need to keep track of how long I've been streaming, which I know is not super long, but I always forget to actually keep track. Okay, I started about 45 minutes ago, so 45 minutes for Catacombs isn't too bad. And then you notice here, see how dark it is in here? Well, not there, because that's Demon Ruins. And it's searing. We go from searing eye... No, Siri, not you. Not you. The searing eye damage of Demon Ruins and Lost Izalith to the darkness of Tomb of the Giants. It's the contrasting colors and all that. And I didn't even sit at the bonfire. And then no equipment needs repair. We can switch back to the Claymore, and if I happen to need my my Divine Uchi, then we can just switch right back to it. So it's not a big deal. Now let's go see if Patches is still hanging out here, which he is. What's up, Patches?
You again? Well. You've been a stranger. Oh, good to see you well, mate. All right. You came at the perfect time. There's a fine stash of treasure right down that hole. I found it first, but we're friends now. I'll split it with you, in any case. Have a look. It'll shimmer you blind.
Oh, Patches is great. It's really easy to fuck up that line between, like, shithead and like making a player gullible enough, and I think Patches is on the perfect side of being too much of a shithead, because it's not ambiguous where you're like, I can't tell if I can trust him or not. Patches makes it super clear you cannot trust him, but he does it in a way that kind of makes you want to fall for it anyways, because he's just so smug about it. And let me see if I can remember where this thing I'm thinking of is right here. This thing kind of gave it away here. So, we'll come back to that in just a moment. Sort of, in a way. So he's telling us to look over this hole. Let's do it. See, he didn't lie. There's treasure down there. Yeah, so Patches is a shithead, but we all love him for it. Large Soul, Skull Lantern, which is the other thing we could use, so I'll actually show that off really quick. Is we would switch to this, and that will also light up the area. Why am I hearing a skeleton dog? Those aren't down here. But I like the Sunlight Maggot because A, I can still have my shield, because I'm a big wimp and play with a shield. And also, it's just like a helmet, so I don't have to worry. And look, it's Rhea. And you're probably like, who the fuck is Rhea? Because I didn't actually interact with her. She was in Firelink Shrine over with Bullcut and his two, like, weird stuttery friends.
Nothing at all to be done. Thank goodness.
Okay, yeah, so she just says the same stuff. So we proceed on this way, and... Hello. Oh yeah, you guys are wimpy. That's the exact power I was talking about. That's the animation breaker. I need to watch out. I don't want to hit Rhea. Alright, one down. Yeah, you guys don't hit for shit, and you also can't take a hit for anything. No, don't make me hit Rhea. Rhea of Thorland is her name. And then she should have a little bit different dialogue now.
Those blue hollows, did you? It pains me to think of the trouble my failings have caused. I am certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you. Thank you so very much. Here, these belonged to them. You deserve them more than I.
And it's a miracle. And that doesn't matter to me because I have already platinumed this game.
I am certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you. Thank you.
Alright, I think that's all she says. And then we should have some skeleton pillars. Oh, it's once I pick this up. A white titanite chunk. I will probably never use. There you are, pillar. Yeah, these are just weirdo skeleton pillars. They're fun guys. Doing their fun times, and they're not too bad to deal with. Definitely do like I did and just try to hit them from a safe distance because they can overwhelm you a little bit. They can hit pretty hard if they feel like it, and you feel like letting them. I didn't feel like letting them, so I didn't. And then, excuse me, Rhea. Excuse me, fine. You just stay laying there. And we'll just run through this pathway. There should be a ladder up ahead here, I believe. And I believe another skeleton pillar, actually. Yep. Maybe two. I don't remember for sure. Yeah, look at that. Oh, three! I was double wrong. Ish. Couldn't tell if I was locked on there for a second. Oh, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, where they hit pretty hard. But we have we have nearly 20 Estus. We should be fine for the foreseeable future. I've cleared this area many times with only 10 Estus. If I can't do it with 18, then I don't know what in the world's going on. And that was the invisible wall we broke. So that's what I was saying, we'd see that in a minute. And there's that bonfire. So that same old glass of milk again. And here's Patches.
Oh, you. Well, let's just calm down. Talk about things. I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations, they can, well, overcome me. You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me. You and me, we're jolly undead outcasts, aren't we?
Sure.
Oh, brilliant. A second chance. Wonderful. I had a feeling you'd understand. I did. But if I were in your shoes, who knows what I'd have done. But now we're friends again. Eh?
Do you say anything else?
I didn't mean it. These temptations, they can overcome me. You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me.
Yeah, and that's our good friend Patches. So if you do forgive him, he will actually... Oh, these bloodstains here. That's why I was hearing the dog. I forgot it was actually right up here. If you forgive Patches, he will actually become a merchant later on in Firelink. And this is quite possibly one of the worst enemies in the game. They hit like a goddamn truck. Good thing is I can two-shot them. Because I have a plus 15 weapon here. So if you come in here when you're still at like plus 10 or something, you're going to have a little bit of a rougher time. As well as if you haven't been dumping into scaling for strength and dex. What the fuck footsteps am I hearing? Oh shit, I forgot you were here. I'll lead you over here, come on. Oof. Need my stamina to refill. Alright, I'm not comfortable with this little itty-bitty... Okay, right here's fine. Just don't want to deal with that ledge, you know? Teeny tiny ledge. Black Knight Shield, which I already have. And some dude hit me with a big-ass arrow again. Being a nuisance. I'll use an Estus because, again... I got them to spare. Ugh, dog. Dog, but we'll not mess with him. So there's another bonfire. I believe it's actually right over here, if I recall correctly. If I'm not just really dumb. Damn, man. So I guess I was wrong. It must be at a different... I think it's a little bit lower down. Am I right? Once again, thanks to Funeral Sunday, Sunday SUNDAE, for... Yep, there it is. For telling me about that other bonfire, because that was incredible. I never figured that out on my own. It's crazy how many... Because it's always the invisible walls that you never think about, because, like, why would you just run around hitting everything? I mean, you could, but, like... I'd go kind of insane just running around hitting every single wall in the game. That's like some QA tester stuff. Alright, we got another bonfire here. We could kindle this one, and you know what? Screw it, I will, because I have 57 humanity. I don't need 20 Estus, but I mean, shit. I also don't need 57 humanity. I farmed way too much. And then one more should bump it up to 20. And I can also go ahead and fix up my... repair my equipment. There we go. Oh, that reminds me. Actually, off-screen, I actually bought Ornstein's armor set from oh my god, I can't remember his name now. Super weird dude. Domhnall. Domhnall of Gleeson, as I like to say. Which is a really stupid joke. You gonna follow me? Okay, good. Is this where I just came from? I think it is. Losing track of... Yeah, because I believe my way forward... Hi! Really? You gonna shield? Oh, and then you're gonna try to stab me in the back. Here we go. Item. I will show, once I get back to Firelink, I'll actually show where I bought that armor set from Ornstein. So if you do like I did, and you kill Ornstein last in the Ornstein Smo fight, Domhnall will actually sell Ornstein's armor set to you, and if you kill Smo last, he will sell you Smo's armor set. So it just depends on whoever you kill last. And killing Ornstein last also gets you the Leo ring, which no, Leo ring is not what I was about to say it is. I was about to say that I'm pretty sure it's the ring that makes parrying a joke to do. But no, that's actually not Artorias's. I believe it's Siren's ring, the Hornet ring. Because Hawkeye Goff has the Hawkeye ring, which increases bow range. I should be getting invaded here in just a minute. Yep. It'll be an NPC, don't worry. There goes a Crystal Lizard. I don't care about him. He's not going to drop the only upgrade material I need anyways. Weird, I thought he invaded from over there. So, I have only actually fought Paladin Leroy once the entire time I've been playing Dark Souls as well. Because I actually... Well, he's done now. Oh, no, I was wrong. Oh. I've only fought him once because I always come down here. Shit. No. And it's cool if he falls off the edge. I don't care about his stuff. I only fought him once to get the items that he drops, because they're one-of-a-kind items and you need them for the Knight's Honor trophy, which is the Grant and the Sanctus. But normally I just come down here non-humanized. So, I don't know, I don't normally encounter him. But, hey, got to show that one off. And I got, like, both Kirk invasions, too, which I don't normally get both of those in a single playthrough. And maybe it's because I'm not really cutting corners like I usually do, because this is a stream. Like in most playthroughs, I usually get the Master Key as my starting thing, and I skip most of Blighttown. Whereas in this stream, I actually showed going through Blighttown. I didn't have to, I mean, like, but I kind of wanted to. I'm kind of seeing this as like a full playthrough in a way, DLC aside. I haven't done the DLC, I don't really want to. I'm not a huge fan of the DLC in general for this game. Not the biggest fan of DS2's DLC either. And I'd say DS3's DLC is the only one I really cared for. And I never actually played Bloodborne's DLC, believe it or not. I just haven't had I haven't gotten to it at all for some reason. So where do you appear? Thought he'd appear behind me. Maybe not. So yeah, if you're rounding that corner, sometimes that skeleton guy there will kick you off that ledge. Be wary of Caster. Yes, now I'll deal with you over here. Or maybe not. Fine, I won't deal with you. Ugh, you and your arrows. Arrowed! So in here is 30 Pinwheels, the boss we fought, because he's already been demoted to shitty not boss man. And I usually just like to book it through here. I don't really bother fighting them. You can always try to run them for the other masks that they can drop. But I don't really feel it's all that worth it. I will kill you though, so you don't attack me on my way through. I'll grab this item. Oh, almost got me, friend. Then we'll pop through here. Look at this weird, like, bacon flesh carpet. I will be honest, just like Seath the Scaleless, I am not super great at fighting Nito. I actually kind of suck at it, so it is entirely possible I will die in this fight, because although the area itself isn't too bad, I fucking suck at this fight. So we will see, I suppose, how will I do. Let's get down here. I fucking hate that you take damage on the drop. Here he is real neato. Oh, look at all the blood stains. He's a legit boss. He can be a problem. So the best strat for dealing with him, in all honesty, is kind of chilling over this way. Because there's other enemies. The biggest thing with him, he's not too awful bad on his own. It's just that he summons ads. And the worst of the ads are towards the back of the room. So you kind of want to chill over here. Okay, that's actually not too bad a damage on him. I hate this attack right here. This is probably still going to damage me because I'm not far enough away. That's fine. Like I said, I have more than enough Estus. As long as he isn't, like, bending me over at any point, then it's fine. Yeah, this is totally doable. I think normally I, go ahead and do an Estus. Just to be safe. One hit can always be the difference between life and death. Really gonna do it again? Fine, I'll get a free hit in. Really? That's all you're gonna do? I mean, that's fine. Ultimately, I have enough Estus to last this out. Okay, if that's all you're gonna do, man. This is gonna be really stupid. This is kind of pathetic. Okay, fine. Finally doing something else. There we go. And I was kind of nervous for nothing there. And the last Lord Soul. And one humanity. Look at him spinning around. And then, here we go. Bonfire to get out of here. And I should be able to get... exactly 2 levels. Yep. So I could bump up my health, but I feel like my health is relatively fine, so I'll do Endurance and Dex, each up a level. And then we can do a quick repair on everything. Like I said, there is... Oh, I do want to show off at Firelink really quick what I was talking about with Domhnall. This man Nito spamming one move all game like a fighting game noob. Dude, for real, I've never experienced that. He did it like 20 times. I can finally take this thing off. Also, hey Tyler. I was wondering if you're actually going to show up. Go back to Onion time. I'm actually going to chill at this bonfire just so it refreshes. And I could kindle this as well. Put it up to 15. Actually, I could. Because again, I have so many humanity. I even just got another one from Nito. Because he's real Nito. So, all I have left, like, mandatorily, is the end of the game. Like, I could just go right now and finish the game. But there is 3 quick side things I want to do. All are probably going to be of varying quickness. I want to go to Daughter of Chaos first. The Abyss. Okay. Oh man, that threw me off. I thought that was the Warp to Manus' boss fight, and I was like, I did not do the DLC. I don't know why that's showing up there. So yeah, I'm actually going to... I was outside doing some work, so I didn't see the notification. What's up, you am fool? You am the foolest. And that's a fact, Jack. Nothing much. Playing some Dark Souls. Probably ending the whole game tonight on this stream. It's kind of exciting. I didn't know for sure if I was going to or not, but we are... Let's see. We've been going for an hour and 9 minutes, roughly. And I pretty much just have 3 little small side things, and then the end of the game. So... And I have a terrific viewer who, I don't know if they're still here or not, but Funeral Sunday actually was very helpful earlier and kind of blew my mind. Am I going? Yeah, I'm going the right way. So I forgot to mention, so at the end of the last stream, I'm sure some of you guys remember, maybe Tyler and Val, remember that I was having a lot of trouble with Solaire and his quest line. Well, I got it fixed up, I believe, off screen. and it was that I just kept having to reload the area until he appeared. And I'm totally going to the wrong spot. But that's okay, because I can actually get to the right spot from down here, so that's not an issue. But yeah, I finally figured out the issue with... Probably pop on the charred ring. And I put it in the fucking box like an idiot. That's fine, I can grab it out in just a moment when I get to the bonfire. But yeah, I figured out off screen. I just kept having to reload the area, and Solaire finally appeared in right over here by this bonfire. And then I talked to him, and he finally moved over to where the chaos bugs were. So that's nice, at least. So I can grab orange charred ring. I don't remember depositing that, but I was probably like, I'm never going to need this again because I already cleared this area, so I deposited it. That's fine, because all I had to do was get it out of the box just like that. So, I'm going to try to talk to Solaire one more time. That's one of the 3 side things I want to do. I want to make sure that I've tidied up Solaire's quest line. I'm going to take on 2 optional bosses, and then we are going to head to the end of the game. So, not a whole lot left. Even the 2 optional bosses. One of them's pretty easy. The other one can be easy. It largely depends on what happens with the fight itself, which I know doesn't really make sense. You can say that about anything. Like, yeah, it depends on the fight itself. You can say that about any fight, but it's a very specific thing, and I'll explain it more when I get there. I'm trying not to spoil it, even though there's only because I said I'm not doing the DLC, so there's only 2 possible optional bosses it could be, unless I'm totally spacing another one. Oh god, I didn't want to go this way. But yeah, today is it is April 23rd. Nothing super monumental to my knowledge about that day, unless it's someone's birthday, in which case, happy birthday! Unless, I was about to say unless it's someone like Hitler or something, but Hitler's birthday was I'm pretty sure Hitler's birthday is in April. I don't know why I know that. Or the fact that I don't know exactly what day it is. I'm also guessing that I'm pretty sure I've heard before that it's in April. For all I know, it could be in October. It's 420. Are you just making weed jokes now? I don't believe that's actually Hitler's birthday. In which case, if it is, that's really weird that people decided to make it 420. Also, I'm really curious, is there a significance behind why 420 is the weed day? Is like when a cop arrests somebody for weed possession, is it called a 420? And so stoners just kind of hijack that? Or is it some kind of cultural relevance thing, it's Bob Marley's birthday? Or it's when weed was invented, was on an April 20th? Tons of theories, but nothing actually proven behind the 420 thing. Well, that's kind of lame. What are the theories, then? Man, I didn't realize I'd be taking a long fucking way to this place. I forgot how long this trip was. At least we're talking about weed on the way there. Here in Lost Izalith, where you could just dip a joint in the lava and get to smoking. I can't imagine it would actually be that good to light a joint with lava. Not to mention that just being within proximity of lava can ignite you half the time anyways. Yeah, it's his birthday. That's weird. I think it's really weird if stoners decided to pick Hitler's birthday as their national holiday. You still chillin' over here? I'm pretty sure I can see you. Maybe not, I was looking at a chaos bug. Okay, Solaire has left. So I came down here for nothing. And we're back to Demon Ruins. Now I can just run up to the bonfire. And we can get the F out of here. This is kind of nice. I have 3 people in my chat, and to me that feels like I'm like already like famous and like my chat's popping off. I'm like, oh yeah, like people care about what I'm doing. It's nice. Again, I don't care. Like I'm not like, oh, I need to be famous. I need to be validated. But it is nice when you get that interaction, and especially when like I used to be friends with a speedrunner. And his chats were always just people spamming like emojis in the fucking oh my god, what is it? Just the guy's head emoji thing in the chat. And it was just Mr. Popular over here. Dude, I'm so popular with my three people in my chat. PogChamp? What the hell is PogChamp? Is that the name of the emoji? So we're going to once again pop over to Firelink Shrine. We're going to Firelink Shrine, then we're going to Anne Orlando, and then we're going back to Firelink Shrine. Because for some reason I just constantly... I've never heard it be referred... Okay, Tyler, it's that second one there, the black and white one. That's the one I'm talking about. That, in fact, you know the person I'm talking about. It's, a sort of, kind of mutual friend of ours, formerly, that we were recently talking about, that I am not particularly fond of, but he was speedrunning. I think he still does speedrunning, and his chats, his friends would just constantly be spamming that shit, and it became obnoxious to actually deal with like being in his chats, so I just stopped showing up. And then we had a falling out at one point, and I haven't really looked back at all, so... And we'll get over here to Mr. Birdie. Birdie. Taika. Be careful about his song about big butts. He beats you up while he plays it. That's the troll / sarcastic face. Yeah, but I hate it because in chats it's just people spamming that and nothing else. And it's just, And I remember I tried to watch Twitch Plays Pokemon when that happened. If you guys remember that piece of the internet. Is and you know, praise Helix and all that, and there was just people just spamming that nonstop in the chat, and it was just yeah. So we're gonna pop this bonfire just so we have it. Heal all my stuff up. Heal my stuff? Yeah, I think he was on AGDQ. Really? I didn't know that. I think that might have been after we had our falling out. I tried speedrunning one game once, and the guy who competed with my speedrun ended up being a really huge asshole about the whole thing, and was saying how my run didn't count because I didn't do a post-credits fight in my speedrun when I even said I was doing an any % run. And I think I actually deleted the speedrun off of YouTube because it just became this big hassle. And he like shared it on Reddit and got a bunch of his friends to dislike the video and everything. And then a friend of mine who also did speedrunning eventually started playing the game. And he actually beat that other guy's world record. And the guy who was kind of being an asshole to me ran the speedrun archive for that particular game. And he told the friend of mine who actually beat his record that he was not going to allow his run on the speedrun archive. And so he was just actively preventing people from overtaking his record. And I was like, this isn't worth it anymore. And I've never attempted another speedrun again since then because it just kind of soured me on the whole thing. And anyways, do I have... What the hell? I can take that off now. And then this, I'll equip the Chloranthy Ring. Let's see, I'm at 35. And I'll throw a Qualig's Fury Sword back on, even though I probably won't use it again for the rest of the playthrough. That's fine. So we are going to run this way. I don't know, the floor breaks away! And there's Stray Demon. I forgot I take damage on this fall too, how dumb. So this is Stray Demon. He's literally just Asylum Demon, mixed with, Fire Sage. It's Fire Sage Demon in Asylum Demon skin. It's really stupid. Because he's even doing the same AoEs. Oh, and he's also has, like, way more health and is way stronger than either of them. Imagine being that insecure about your speedrun. I know, and he went around telling people all the time, he's like, yeah, I'm just trying to seek people to have friends, like, I'm just trying to be friends with people and seek out people who want to run, like challenge my speedruns and stuff. And then as soon as someone beat his record, he turned down allowing their run in the archive. And it really made me actively not want to be part of the speedrunning community. I already wasn't trying to be part of it. I just was like, I speedran a game that I really loved. And it's kind of unfortunate that was my first exposure to it, because I'm sure the entire speedrunning community probably isn't terrible. Like, I really like Carcinogen. And a couple other speedrunners. In fact, I've actually been using Carc speedruns and stuff as guides to go through RE2 Remake. But just, I constantly hear how the speedrunning community is really not that great. And my limited exposure to it has proven so. So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not saying that all speedrunners are shitheads, I'm saying all the encounters I've had with speedrunners are shitheads. And, yeah. I promise I'm not trying to dog any... Well, I'm dogging the two people I'm speaking about. Yeah, and he drops a Titanite slab, which is great. So if you didn't get the one from Sieglund, then you can get that one. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It's one of those things, you know, like, just a handful of experiences can really sour how you view an entire demographic. And I'm not trying to say that entire demographic is bad. I'm saying the parts of it I've been exposed to are, if that makes sense. But I'm certain there's tons of great speedrunners out there who are not shitheads and who aren't, like, really insecure and like that. And it's just like that old friend of mine that you and I both know, Tyler. I could say, like, oh, like, a lot of Let's Players aren't that great. Like, he was kind of like a downer note on like Let's Playing and stuff. But I've met all kinds of great people through Let's Playing. Like, I think Nintendo Capri Sun's a great person. From my limited exposure to him, I've never met him. It's one of my dreams to meet him. I got a letter from him once, and I'm friends with him on Facebook and stuff for however much that matters. Which is not at all, by the way. You're not friends with somebody just because you have them added, if they're like a public figure kind of person. And I think a lot of people on the internet need to learn that distinction. But I've only heard good things about Nintendo Capri Sun and how great of a person he is, and I like to believe that. Good luck. Wow, that's a lot. And I've certainly made really great friends. I have a friend named Jeremy, who was my very first friend I ever made through Let's Playing. My first, I think my first 3 friends I ever made. I can actually go through. I think my first 5 friends I ever made was Jeremy, who I'm still friends with to this day. It's almost been 10 years. Really great person, very genuine, nice, really great person who, like, deserves the world, and I couldn't be, like, happier to be friends with him and know him. I know, why did I fucking go this way? Oh my god, I'm gonna use a homeward bone. My second friend I made was a kid named Max, who was actually doing Let's Plays because he had a speech impediment, and he was actually using them at the advice of his therapist to, Chamber of the Princess is what I wanted. Max, he on advice from his therapist, he started Let's Playing as a way to help his speech impediment and get him to talk more and get used to talking to help his impediment. And then one day, I guess, he was being bullied a lot on YouTube, and he just kind of shut down his channel with no warning, and I lost all contact with him. So I have no idea if he even still is alive or anything or what. So that's kind of always a bummer in the back of my mind. And then there is my third friend I made was a guy named Kevin, who I'm no longer friends with, and I'll just leave it at that. Fourth, I believe, was Melinda, who I'm still friends with to this day. And then fifth was Tyler, who's in this chat. And Tyler is super great. And we lost contact for a little bit, but now we're back to cool. And we didn't have a falling out or anything. We just straight up lost contact. And it was like this weird issue of miscommunication on both ends in a way. So, yeah. Anyways. She is an illusion.
Thou that tarnishest the godmother's image, I am Gwyndolin. And thy transgression shall not go unpunished. Thou shalt perish in the twilight of Anor Londo.
And that changes the entirety of Anor Londo. So yeah, my first 5 YouTube friends, one is Jeremy, who I'm still friends with, one is Melinda, who I'm still friends with, one is Tyler, who I'm still friends with, and then one is Kevin, who I'm not friends with, and we had an actual falling out, and we will probably never make up ever, because it's just, it was not a good friendship on either side. And that's just that. And then one of the friends I just completely lost contact with, and I can't do anything about it. So yeah. Anyways, Tyler, I'm kind of backed up on some of your messages. I think no damage runs on games like Resident Evil, Evil Within are more fun to watch. I know Evil Within Akumu mode is one hit death, and I beat it without dying or being hit once. That's pretty impressive. And I bought something from Nintendo Capri Sun once, and he sent a nice letter along with it. That's actually how I got my letter from him. I ordered from his Etsy shop a key, a perler bead key from Link to the Past, and he sent a letter with it, and it was very nice, and I really appreciate it. And I keep it in a lockbox that I would grab in a fire, because there's a summon sign right here. How weird! How weird that there's a. You gonna attack or something? How weird for there to be a summon sign near a boss door that isn't an active fight. Damn, you're being a bitch. Dark Spirit... Oh, I thought it said was invaded. I could summon for help if I wanted. Nah, I'm not gonna. Hello. What's up?
Hello.
Hey, nice. See, at least you're being a friend. I've had several invaders who just didn't want to fucking bow or anything. We gonna fight? We gonna fight? What's up? What's up? Are you waiting for me to hit first? Or are we just wasting time here? I'm not sure, man. I do kind of want to... There we go. I think... I'm not entirely sure what that is, because that does not look like Toxic Mist or Poison Mist. I believe that was actually... That might have been Acid Surge, which actually eats your durability. Well, this is going to be a fucking 30-minute fight. I think you and I met over some Dragon Ball Z debate in the comments back in 2012 or 2013. And wow, has it actually been that long? Yeah, I've known you a long-ass time, Tyler. Not nearly as long as Jeremy, and I think I knew Kevin before I knew you. But, whoa, no way. No way! Sure. Alright. Well. Hey, at least you're being a bro, blue boy. What's it to you, blue boy? Probably gonna die here, but yeah. Yeah. Well, that summoning took a minute. Usually does. That's cool. Richie Chic. Well, I apologize, Richie Chic, that you didn't actually get to help out. I didn't think blue was actually gonna wait. So yeah, going back to the chamber. Do I want... No, Dark Moon Tomb, I can just go right there. I didn't think... The reason I tried to do a summon is because I didn't think the blue one was actually going to back off and let me do one-on-one with the red one. I figured it was going to be a 2-on-1, so I was going to do 2-on-2 to make it kind of interesting. I'm not sure how many souls I lost there, but that's fine. Because I'm probably going to lose them in this fight up here anyways, so... Not a big deal. So this is the boss fight you activate, so... Clearly at some point I came down here to the Dark Moon Tomb in the stream, which I don't remember when. And there was a statue right here of Gwen, and it disappears when you attack the statue of Guinevere, or if you get a special ring that I believe is in the Tomb of the Giants. And I just took the easy way and just attacked Guinevere. So, yeah. I should have known I was going to get invaded. I should have realized that.
Heretic. First thou offendest the Godmother, and now thou see fit to trample upon the tomb of the great Lord. I am the dark son of Gwendolyn. Let the atonement for thy felonies commence.
This fight is really weird. This is the one I was mentioning before, where this can either be a really easy or a really difficult boss fight. Thing is, he has about 3 attacks. Yep. Good thing is I actually have relatively decent. So, okay, yeah, he has that. So he'll shoot arrows like that. I need to make sure you're not doing that. That's exactly what I was worried about. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I need high magic. High magic, that one. So he shoots arrows, which you can just shield. He does the one big fat magic spell like this, which you just have to run to the side of. And fuck, I didn't do that right. And then he has the several orb volley, which I think is the hardest one to dodge personally. So yeah, we'll get up right here. His health is fucking dog shit. He cannot take a hit to save his life. Yeah, so for this one I like to hide behind a pillar. You can actually... Yeah, and that's the problem with that. You can hide behind the pillar for these, but then he'll do this shit right here, which does not get protected by a pillar. I could just actually shield them, it looks like. I'm not doing too much. Yeah, but he teleports every time you get to him. So it's kind of a shit show. You can always tell, because if it takes a long time for the beam to charge up, it's going to be the long beam rather than the ball ones. So we can get 2 hits here, maybe 3. Damn, nope, just 2. So he's already almost like at half, basically. So that's going to be the long one. That's going to be long one. Long one. And orbs. So this is the whole fight. This is it. And like I said, this can be the easiest thing or the hardest thing. Because, and it certainly the first few times I did this fight, it fucked me. Because it weirdly enough, he only has 3 attacks, like I said, but he here we go.
Oh, heretic, swathed in dark, an eternal curse upon thee.
Just trying to hit or trying to learn the patterns of those 3 can really fuck you up a lot the first couple times you do it. And then once you get down the patterns, you realize, like, it's really simple. But you get the wrong number of attacks or whatever, like, he can really switch up those combos sometimes. That can really get you out of nowhere. Hey, 40,000 souls. Maybe I'll go back and grab those souls that were on the floor just so I can get a level up out of them. I'm not humanized, so I shouldn't get invaded. And then, damn, now all we have left is the end of the game. Be wary of resignation. I forgot about that. That's funny. Miracle Sunlight Blade. And this one's probably empty too, right? No. Brass? Why brass? I don't remember whose that is. Helm of the Dragon, or Dark Moon Knight is Firekeeper. Oh, it's the Firekeeper of Anor Londo. Okay. And then really we can just warp our way out of here. Not a big deal. Man, wow, we're actually going to finish this whole game in this stream. Wow. And here I was, like, a couple videos ago, I was like, oh, this is probably going to be, like, close to, like, 10 streams. We're at stream 6, and we're just about done. Let's Chamber of the Princess. I never got to kill that second NPC that was over there. Because the other guy invaded, like, an actual person. He invaded, like, an actual person. I'll take Smo's elevator this time. But yeah, I remember Tyler, you saying how we met over like Dragon Ball Z stuff. I remember we met through like Dragon Ball Z stuff, and then I got you back into liking Yu Yu Hakusho, and that was like a point of pride for me. Wow, that was like 36,000 souls. All right, you, what's up? I think he is wielding the actual greatsword. And you're done. NPCs are somehow really easy to deal with. Probably because they're not humans. They're human. But yeah, I totally remember I got you back into Yu Yu Hakusho, and you were using a Kurama profile picture for a while. I remember that. Because before you were using like Gohan ones, and then you switched to Kurama, and then for a while you were doing Link ones. And I still vividly remember like all your like name and icon changes. Yeah, I hadn't seen Yu Yu Hakusho since I was in grade 6. You brought it up saying it was your favorite, so I went back and watched it. It is still my favorite anime of all time. My favorite series in general, like even like across the board, just anything. It's my fave. I'll do strength, and because I was about to say that didn't take for my souls. It actually took a minute to register. I will pop all of these. So I'm never going to touch them again. Watch me waste all of these. Watch it. Because I can just get levels galore. Some of these I could probably get more souls by selling or by feeding them to Framped, but yeah, whatever, I don't care. In fact, Funimation actually, towards the end of last year, actually announced that they got the rights to dub and distribute the OVA, like the one that came out just a few years ago as like a special commemoration of Yu Yu Hakusho, and I'm still waiting for that to come out because they announced it like months and months ago, but it hasn't come out, so still waiting on that, and I'm still waiting for them to hopefully one day get the rights to dub and distribute Poltergeist Report, because I'm so tired of hearing Kuwahara. That works for me. Well, I'm just a little bit shy of another level too. I made a Yu Yu Hakusho YouTube channel to upload the entire anime. I got a ton of positive comments for helping people watch it, but then it got taken down, which is kind of depressing. Yeah, I've never thought about the OVA with Kurama and Hiei. No, it was or I think it's that one, and then because the Yu Yu Hakusho manga ended with Yusuke and I don't remember if Kuwabara was there, but it was like Yusuke, Kurama, and Hiei go to like a school. I believe it was, and it was done as like the final mission. It was the final chapter of the manga, and they finally translated that into an anime OVA, because originally it just ended with the Demon World tournament, in the anime, but then the manga actually had like a conclusion with like a final little thing, so they adapted that for the anime just a couple years ago. And then we are good to go. Head to the end of the game. There's quite literally nothing else I can really do, unless I went for the DLC, but eh. But yeah, I think it was they did the it was like a two-set. It was the final manga chapter put into a an OVA, and then it's the Kurama and Hiei one, and they're like paired together. Warp. The only issue I had with the anime was the abrupt ending. Everything else was perfect. Yeah, and I think that's why they finally did the OVA, is because it adapts the final chapter from the manga, which also isn't the best conclusion, in my opinion. I know, apparently Yoshihiro Togashi actually did an interview where he talked about how he basically ended Yu Yu Hakusho because he wanted to start deconstructing the characters and wanted to kind of like start writing Yusuke differently and have Yusuke start dealing with like the moral dilemmas and consequences of stuff he'd been doing. And Shonen Jump apparently turned him down and was like, no, you should just keep making like a fighting anime, like, or a fighting manga, like just keep making it like Dragon Ball. And Togashi was basically like, well, that's kind of lame to me, and I don't want to just keep doing that forever. And so he just chose to end it instead of continuing it. And apparently, I don't follow it because I'm not super into it, but apparently with Hunter x Hunter, he actually is deconstructing the characters a lot in the way that he wanted to with Yu Yu Hakusho. And it feels like he has a lot more creative freedom with Hunter x Hunter, which kind of bums me out because he gets creative freedom with Hunter x Hunter, but not with Yu Yu Hakusho, which is what I always liked more. So I'm actually curious. I don't know if I can kindle this bonfire because I don't. Because it's not really a bonfire. But I suppose we'll find out. Yeah, I can't kindle it. That's fine. I'm just gonna have 3 humanity just sitting on me, I guess. Ah, that's fine. I don't care. Sorry if that was loud into the microphone. Matter of fact, really quick, I'm going to take a sip of water. Very warm water. Here's the ghosts of the Black Knights. So cool. Cool. I always find myself looking down at the chat to see if there's new comments, when I will be alerted on my TV screen anyways if I get another comment. So you can also be invaded here in the kiln. First time I ever played this game on the PS3, I got invaded here, and I got really upset about it because I didn't get to explore very much of this before I got invaded and murked, because I was not good at PvP the first time I played. And I'm sure people are probably thinking, watching this, like, wow, you're still not good at PvP, because I got fucking murked earlier. And to that I say, it's about 50-50. Sometimes I can really kick ass at PvP, and sometimes I get my ass kicked. And there is no way of knowing when I'm going in on which one it's going to be. I just try not to take it too hard, because I'm like, whatever. I'll make up whatever progress I lost. Space Dandy was a solid anime as well. Space Dandy is my second favorite anime of all time. I fucking love Space Dandy. I've actually recently been rewatching Ranma 1/2. Ooh, the Black Knight Greatsword. Ooh! Ooh! Good-ass weapon. Ooh, that's probably the best weapon in the game. It's fucking powerful when it's maxed out. So we'll get the moment of truth up ahead in a little bit on if I did the Solera questline properly or not. But yeah, I've been rewatching Ranma 1/2. I'm a little, almost done with Season 2 right now. I like luring this guy back over this way. I could have shot him with an arrow, but, whatever. What else, though? For sure it would be, Yu Yu Hakusho, then Space Dandy. And I don't know what I'd put as third. Oh god, I thought I was being invaded for a second, but it was just my, soapstone stopped glowing when I did a parry. Or not a parry, backstab. Let's go over here. But yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho, Space Dandy. Oh, my third favorite. I don't fucking know, man. I might actually say Dragon Ball Z. I do love Dragon Ball Z. I think it's overrated. But, I mean, I grew up on Dragon Ball Z. It's very special to me. And I will say, like, it's not without its flaws and stuff. Wow, yeah, I did Solaire's questline properly. There's Solaire, right there. He should show up if he did everything like I did. So we'll take care of these last couple nights. We'll summon in Solaire for some fun, just because it doesn't really give us an alternate ending. But I can also explain, once I do it, like, what Solaire's edition is. You weren't much trouble. I've heard Cowboy Bebop was another good one. Have you not seen Cowboy Bebop, Tyler? Also, you should check out, there's an anime called Tyler the Irresponsible Captain. It's spelled differently than your name, but it is, one of them. Dragon Ball Z is a classic. I haven't watched Super at all, though. Like, you haven't seen any of Super? Wow. I watched all but, like, the final, tournament. Because I was like, ugh, I'm just a little burnt out, and I can't sit through another fucking 40-episode tournament. I couldn't do it, man. Not even for Ultra Instinct. Not even for Ultra Instinct. Plus, I think Ultra Instinct is kind of lame. I really liked Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God Blue. Yeah, Mr. Solaire. Hey, Solaire. Let's go, buddy. So this fight's now going to be super trivialized because of Solaire being here. Never watched Cowboy Bebop. I know it's like 26 episodes only, so I might. Yeah, it's same length as Space Dandy, same creator as Space Dandy, completely different tone than Space Dandy. It's certainly nowhere near my favorite anime, and I don't get why it's so overhyped as it is, but it's decent. Try parrying. Okay, I was like, where are you, Solaire? He's hiding behind the pillar. So, do I have everything I want equipped? See, Claranthe Ring, do I want that? I could do Let's do it! Wow, I'm doing a lot even with a summon. Wow! Wow, Gwen, you're a pushover. Wow. I feel really overpowered for this fight. Even with a summon. When summons generally kind of almost handicap bosses because it gives them more health. Really doesn't feel like it, though. Also, the song always feels like it's straight out of Spirited Away. So there's two endings to this game. One of them is you come over here, and notice it doesn't say light a bonfire. It says link the fire. You can link this fire, or you can leave. If you leave, it does the Dark Lord ending. If you light the fire, it does the link the fire ending. Miyazaki has confirmed that apparently he believes that the ending where... So if you don't kill the Chaos Bug, the Sunlight Maggot, it will get on Solaire's head and infect him and make him go insane, where he will actually start attacking you and believe that he has found his own son because the Sunlight Maggot, like, burrows into his brain and makes him go crazy. And he will end up attacking you, and you're forced to kill him. Miyazaki apparently has confirmed that he believes that is the true ending for Solaire. However, he believes that he stated that if you summon Solaire for this fight and then link the fire, that Solaire also links the fire in his own world. So the reason I wanted to summon Solaire is they don't show it, but when I do this, Solaire is doing the exact same thing. Oh, and then the opening to this track always reminds me of Pat and Willie's playthrough, because each of their videos open with the song. And Tyler says, Spirited Away is so good. Need to watch more Ghibli stuff soon. Yeah. It's... I hate to say it because everybody's favorite Ghibli movie is Spirited Away, but straight up, me having seen every single Ghibli movie to date, Spirited Away is still my favorite one. I also love Kiki's Delivery Service. Castle in the Sky is great. Howl's Moving Castle is great. Ponyo is pretty good. A little overrated, too. Nausicaa is pretty good, and Princess Mononoke. As far as what I think are the kind of slept-on movies, if you want some really good Ghibli movies that not a lot of people talk about, I would go Pompoko, Porco Rosso, and Whisper of the Heart, and its sequel, The Cat Returns. And it was kind of interesting because Whisper of the Heart and The Cat Returns were way better than I would have ever suspected. I went in thinking they weren't going to be that good. They were probably like higher tier Ghibli films. I think the worst one I ever saw, I didn't care for My Neighbor the Yamadas. It might have been the animation style that put me off. And I believe the other one was, I didn't care for The Wind Rises. And I didn't like... Was it Only Yesterday? I think it was Only Yesterday. Like, the whole plot is just incest. And is it incest? Is it not incest? And that's, like, all I got from it, and it was fucking annoying. And I just was like, nope, whatever. And then there's Grave of the Fireflies, which is always my go-to when people are like, oh, like, dub companies need to stop, like, putting their politics into dubbing. There's no politics in anime. And I'm like, dude, have you not seen Grave of the Fireflies? Grave of the Fireflies is one of the most politically charged things I've ever fucking seen. It is astounding how much Grave of the Fireflies is about, like, politics and war. And if somehow somebody watches that and doesn't get that, then they were not watching the same film I was. Anyways, I got so carried away with the Ghibli conversation, I forgot to mention that if you couldn't tell by the credits, this is the end of the game. 6 streams, we finished all of Dark Souls. Kind of crazy. I really appreciate anybody who stopped by and commented and partook. Specifically Val, Tyler, and Funeral Sunday, who sadly has not commented in a little while, might have left. And that's cool. I appreciate even you stopping in at all and commenting. And hell, fucking showing me something I never knew was in this game. And hopefully I actually remember that next time I play this. And then there's been like other people that watch, but I think they're like bots that like just watch over streams and like see who's streaming and stuff like that, because they don't interact at all, and it's always the same ones every time. And when I go to their pages, it's just them showing like statistics of other people's streams and stuff like that, so I don't know. Where's William Vanderpie? That's what I'm looking for. There he is, the last one listed. Trusty Patches and Lautrec. See, a lot of people share voices. Yeah, so it's Trusty Patches in this game. It's Patches the Hyena, I believe, in Demon Souls. Dark Souls 3, it's something Patches, I don't remember. And then in Bloodborne, I think it's just Patches. I don't know. I can always double check. Provided this goes on long enough. I mean, I control when this stream ends. Yeah, in DS3 he's Unbreakable Patches. So it's Demon Souls, he is Patches the Hyena. Dark Souls, he's Patches, or he's Trusty Patches. DS3, he's Unbreakable Patches. And then Bloodborne, he's Patches the Spider.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
And it just kind of throws you immediately into New Game Plus, which I'll show off really quick, just a little bit of a New Game Plus. So it's literally the same exact game. It's just you start with all your same gear, all your souls, all your humanity, and enemies, I believe, have 40% more health. And I think that is the only difference. They might do a little more damage, but I'm not for sure. Maybe to offset that you're like way more leveled up at this point. I still have my Estus flask, so that's fine. Can open this. You appeared from nowhere. I didn't even see you up there. So now we can see, yeah, see, we're doing pretty good damage here. Even with his 40% boost. I'm not gonna play a whole New Game Plus, don't worry about that. This stream's just about over. I'm just trying to get to Firelink Shrine because I realized I forgot to show one thing. And I can still semi-show it off at Firelink, so it's not a huge problem. Man, he's getting aggressive now. Yeah, there we go. You gonna let me through? Humanity. Be wary of fall. Do I not get... Where? I should have gotten the big Pilgrim's Key. Huh. That's weird. Maybe I have to talk to, Oscar first. But how bizarre. I don't think I've ever experienced that before. But yeah, there is one thing I forgot to show off in Firelink that I want to. If I can. It's kind of weird that it didn't give me the, Pilgrim Key. What's up, man? Yeah, sure, I'll hear you out as I skip through all your dialogue. Big Pilgrim's Key. Okay, so you have to talk to him, and then he gives it to you. How interesting. Yeah, and then you hear the sound of him die. Can open that. That's so weird, because it's always the Asylum Demon that drops that key, so it must be that you have to talk to Oscar to actually proceed, which I didn't know. I've learned, what, like 3 things in this playthrough? I learned about a bonfire. I learned about that. And I learned that you can see the moonlight butterfly from the bonfire in... oh my god, I can't think of it now. The forest area. Yeah, we can skip this cutscene, if it'll let us.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated.
Maybe not. Oh, there we go. I was pressing trackpad to skip, which normally it is that in a lot of games. There we are. So the last thing I wanted to show really quick is, see up there? Not that one. That right there, that item. How earlier in the playthrough we had to make the jump over to there to get that ring that's there. That's where Domhnall is sitting, where I actually bought the Ornstein set from him. So that's the thing I forgot to mention, is that you actually you have to do that jump over there before New Game Plus, obviously, and Domhnall will be there and sell you that gear. Anyways, we are here in Firelink. I'm getting my last couple level ups, I guess. Look at that, we can end on 35 and 35. And yeah, that is the end of this whole stream, the whole game itself. I mentioned earlier, the next thing I'll be streaming will either probably be Alien Isolation or Resident Evil 4. I'm leaning towards Alien Isolation, but I haven't entirely settled yet. And whichever one I don't do, I'll do that one next, after the other one. So, once again, thanks everybody that stopped by and watched this, specifically Val, Tyler, and Funeral Sunday. I hope you all were entertained to some degree, and I hope I see, hopefully all of you in future streams I'm going to do. Next stream, probably do it again in a few more days. I'm actually back into my streaming mood, so now that I'm actually like back into it and have a PS4 to do it on again. So, yeah, thanks everybody who joined in, and I will see you in the next stream. This has been Dark Souls.